Power compliance. What does that mean? To anyone that's new and doesn't know what this means that within the last 24 hours, the truck was moved or been on for more than 30 minutes to an hour while the unit's off. If that happens, it will cause a power compliance issue. My power compliance issue, as you can see, it's going to be disappearing here in the next few minutes. That was because, as of 24 hours since this happened, at 6:21, we had a power compliance of over 5 hours and 7 miles. That was because a previous driver drove with the unit, which is the tablet, completely off. With that said, it caused the power compliance when I booted up and logged in. As you can see, it's 6:21 now. The power compliance is still there. Probably will disappear once I turn the truck on. Most of the time when the power compliance pops up, it's when the truck turns on and it resyncs with the ECM. Once that does it, it'll clear because it's almost been 24 hours. To get a better idea, to see what caused power compliance for me from the 24 hours when I knew this happened, because I'm on ELD exemption, I don't have a logs button. So what I have to do is I need to go to roadside inspection, and I'm in roadside inspection. Then go to events. And since I know where it is, I'm going to go to it, which was yesterday, when I logged in yesterday, when I turned the truck on for the first time yesterday, after I logged in. As you can see, as of yesterday, which yesterday was 3/13/2020, I logged out at 3:12 at 10 o'clock p.m. This was in another truck. This was not in the truck this is not in the current truck I am now. As for yesterday, I logged in at 6:14. It says ELD login, and I went to on. I did not need to move or crank the truck until about 6:21. When that happened, it caused the data diagnostics and popped up power compliance. You see that arrow, you can hit the button and it can tell you what it was. Which it says the ELD was powered down while engine was running. It detected the engine was on for a gap of 5 almost 6 hours since it was last connected to the vehicle, which is the tablet. And the odometer gap was 7.6 miles since the last connect to the vehicle. That in itself caused a power compliance. So when that happens, as long as it doesn't happen again, this will disappear after 24 hours. As you can see, it's 6:23 p.m. right now. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and crank the truck. And the truck I'm at is a Freightliner. It's a 2000, I think 18 or 19, not 100%. All right. And as you see, I cranked the truck up. It's been past the 24-hour mark, and you see my power compliance has disappeared. Now, let's look what it says. I go back to my events, go to today, and go to the very bottom. And it'll tell me. But, and it shows here, I logged in. I logged out this morning at 5:55. And I logged in here at 6:10 this afternoon. As you can see, it goes through that. And it goes through, also still says unidentified driver records. That's because they weren't my records. They were my previous drivers, which he just not logged in. And then it's just a pain in the butt. Don't get me wrong. And so yeah, that's going to happen. and it's not gonna, you know what I mean, it's not going to show anything by the looks of it. So that means whenever you get power compliance, that means something that happened within the last 24 hours. If you have this unit, which is PeopleNet, and it's a tablet, go screw for your logs. Screw for your logs and see if you can find it. If it happened within your previous driver, you might not see it. I don't know. I have not tested that. But other than that, that's how you check. So I'm going to go ahead and exit out. And since you're in roadside inspection, I have to put in my password. One moment. And as you see, I logged out. I mean, not logged out. I got out of roadside inspection, and now I'm back to my normal PeopleNet screen. You can go back to my ELD drive logs, which are my e-logs, and it shows everything's back to normal. I haven't figured out what the triangle stands for. I think the triangle might stand for that is saying they're still unidentified driver logs, which they're not mine, so I rejected them. And also, if anything is concerned that needs to be addressed, there will be a triangle here in the options. You hit options, and you'll see whatever's urgent will be orange or red. Go ahead and take care of those before you get started each morning. That way, if you ever get pulled over by a DOT, they're not going to question you and then start giving you, and then end up randomly giving you a level 1, level 2, whatever kind of inspection. You don't want that. So do a favor, and our recommendation, every morning when you get started, before you get started, go ahead and take care of anything that with the triangle on it here in your e-log side. Alright, one thing I could suggest, and this is to anyone that's watching that is a developer, for say with Trimble, or with any other company that has a e-log system that's running off of a tablet, like say my PeopleNet unit here. One thing I can suggest to keep that from happening, especially what you saw from me, is try to script it to where the tablet can never be turned off. Yes, as it is a tablet, we can end up turning it off. Well, that's locking it, not turning it off, but I can go in and, come on. There we go. This button's almost broke, so, because as you can see, damn it. As you can see, I can turn that thing off, and I can restart it. Restrict it to where you can never turn this thing off, but at least allow us to keep the restart button on. That way, because this is a unit, it's recommended to reboot the unit at least once a week. It's a computer. What can you get? And that's what I would recommend. They do it in demos when you're at cell phone stores, like AT&T, Verizon. Some of them have it locked to where you can't turn that thing off. That's what I would recommend. Alright guys, have a great day. Be safe out there. Be nice to each other. Have a great day.